What is going on, everybody? From the What the Film podcast, I am Tristan. I am, of course, one half the co-host for the What the Film podcast, also the writer and star for Lil Detectives. And today we are in the Criterion Closet, showing you guys my Criterion picks. Definitely very new to the Criterion thing. I think a lot of it is very interesting, and I think a lot of them are actually very cool to see on screen. But before I pick my selections, I just want to say I do have a Criterion on the way. It's the Hood trilogy for John Singleton. I think that's an amazing piece. So it's not in here, but here in spirit. First, you got to start off with Fight Club. Probably the best movie ever made, and arguably Brad Pitt and Ed Norton's best performance of all time. So Fight Club, easily a pick for me. Dang. Let's go to another David Fincher movie. Seven. I think a lot of people might not know, but this is probably the biggest inspiration for the fourth Lil Detectives movie, so it kind of holds a special place in my heart. Another Brad Pitt performance, which is so amazing. Morgan Freeman is equally as amazing, and I think, throughout the controversy with Kevin Spacey, it's still his best performance. And when you talk about like buddy cop movies or just any detective movie of all time, you talk about Seven and what it does for film. Let's go a little different this one. A parody movie. Mel Brooks' Spaceballs. Holy crap, this movie is so hilarious. Showing this to me as a young age, definitely didn't understand all the references here, but watching it back, it is so funny. Rick Moranis is probably one of the funniest people of all time, and he's just funny. John Candy also played great as Barf, a parody of, obviously, Chewbacca. But yeah, Star Wars is such a big thing in my life, so Spaceballs was just awesome. All right, this one. I don't know if you guys see what this is, but this is Memento. This is a phenomenal movie by Christopher Nolan, and just well acted from Guy Pearce. Probably my favorite Christopher Nolan film, if I would have to narrow it down. It's one of his early movies. The whole movie is played in reverse. So it starts at the end, and then the end is the beginning. It's such a weird and crazy movie, but I love it so much. It's so interesting, and the story of Shelby Leonard is actually kind of messed up in so many different ways. Well acted and well produced. Okay. Let's go with an insane Martin Scorsese movie, The Wolf of Wall Street. This is probably my favorite Leonardo DiCaprio movie. It's filled with so much drugs, sex, violence, amazing soundtrack. This really should have been the Oscar that got Leonardo DiCaprio. It's so funny. I think, rest in peace, Rob Reiner. He plays his dad in the movie, which is also such a funny scene. It's really great. And also Margot Robbie. Hello. She's amazing in this movie. I'm trying not to pick so many movies, but there's so many good ones on here. I guess quickly, I'll do Goodfellas, another Scorsese movie. It's probably the best mobster movie of all time. It's much better than Casino. But Joe Pesci is amazing. I'm winning the Oscar for this one, so it's definitely probably the best film of all time. If you want to narrow it down to a couple of things, with the soundtrack, the acting, and just the story, and even like the small like comedy bits in this movie are so perfect. It's to a T. Dang, I want to do so many more. Maybe a different one. This one's actually Criterion. It's the Uncut Gems, Adam Sandler, and the Safdie Brothers movie. This movie's so messed up. Just like their other movie, Good Time, with Robert Pattinson, Uncut Gems is just equally as messed up, equally as intense, and just a so nerve-wracking film. You don't really watch, like, when you watch a movie, you want to feel good sometimes, but this one, you legit have to just sit there and be like, oh, that was rough. Because it really is crazy. But also, Adam Sandler's best performance I think a lot of people know Adam Sandler just from being the funny guy and the guy that's not that serious of an actor, but this is probably his best role, and should have maybe had some Oscar wins, but it did not. Another one that's on Criterion, One Night in Miami. The first ever directed movie from Regina King. It has so empowering acting in this from Malcolm X, Muhammad Ali, Sam Cooke, and Jim Brown. Four just inspirational and what a fictitious night would happen with them for, which sometimes I think this is real, but it's obviously not real. But it's so great, and more people should watch this movie. And I know a lot of people don't, but this is great. The last one I'm gonna do, and I would pick Malcolm X, but my dad already picked it, so I don't want to copy off of him. So I'm just gonna go with Less Than Zero. Probably Robert Downey Jr.'s best movie. In my head, I know Iron Man obviously is his greatest role ever, but this movie was crazy. It's such a messed up story from a druggie's perspective, and what it has to go through being a young teenager, young adult, going through life. And Andrew McCarthy was also, he played a subtle role in the movie. He was not really a great actor, but he played his role pretty well. But Robert Downey Jr., one of the greatest actors of all time, Less Than Zero, has to be up there for me. But yeah, I guess with that, I guess I'm gonna come out of the closet. No, wait, let's not do that. Hold on. Let's go out of the, Dad, how should I say coming out of the closet? I don't understand that.